Following us on Twitter and liking us on Facebook. We're going to get started here at the Booksource. Everybody say hi. Hi. There's some of my literacy fans. We got a whole bunch more coming soon. Here we go. World Read Aloud Day at Booksource. Okay, so what is World Read Aloud Day? For everybody in here that doesn't know, it was started by Lit World and is taking action to show the world that the right to read and the right to belongs to all people of the world. It's a global literacy movement, and last year the World Read Aloud Day reached 35 countries, and so far it's 55 this year, so they beat it. So hopefully we can add on some more, because I think we got quite a few in here. All right, next slide. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to read this aloud, but if you guys want to go to Lit World's website today and read this, just go ahead and read this decree. This is something that Lit World read out loud. This is what they're suggesting that you read. It's basically talking about the movement and what we can do and what we can do every day. Some schools are doing some really cool stuff, and I know one of you follows us on Twitter. Thank you. You're doing this whole last weekend. These high school students decided to stop reading and writing for the whole weekend, and then they wrote about how that affected them. So I think that would be intensely amazing to do something like that. So without further ado, let's check it out. So this is the E.B. White Read Aloud Award was received for this one, so I figured we're all pretty much wild about books, so let's just get this one started. Okay. It started the summer of 2002, when the Springfield librarian Molly McGrew, by mistake, drove her bookmobile into the zoo. Molly opened the door, and she let down the stair, turned on the computer, and sat in her chair. At first, all the animals watched from a distance, but Molly could conquer the strongest resistance. By reading aloud from the good Dr. Seuss, she quickly attracted a mink and a moose, a wombat and oryx, a lemur, a lynx, 8 elephant calves, and a family of skinks. In a flash, every beast in the zoo was stampeding to learn all about this new something called reading. Forsaking their niches, their nests, and their nooks, they went wild, simply wild, about wonderful books, choosing thin books and fat books and cat-in-the-hat books, and new books and true books and heaps of how-to books. Giraffes wanted all books, tall, tall books, and crickets craved small books, while geckos could only read stick-to-the-wall books. The pandas demanded more books in Chinese. Molly filled their requests, always eager to please. She even found waterproof books for the otter, who never wanted swimming without Harry Potter. Raccoons read alone, and baboons read in bunches, and llamas read dramas while eating their lunches. Check out the double M there, people. Double L. Lunches, llamas. Hyenas shared jokes with the red-bellied snakes, and they howled and they hissed till their funny bones ached. A tree kangaroo who adored Nancy Drew began solving mysteries right there at the zoo, such as, why were the bandicoots books overdue? That librarian's can come get you. Gently, Molly taught lessons in treating books right, for the boa constrictor squeezed Crypto too tight. Baby bunnies mucked up goodnight moon with their paws. Giant termites devoured the Wizard of Oz. And bears' love of books was completely outrageous. They licked all the pictures right off of the pages. Yum. Tasmanian devils found books so exciting that soon they had given up fighting for writing. What a concept. They made up adventures so thrilling and new that the others decided to be authors too. Pythons wrote with their tails, penguins wrote with their bills, and porcupines wrote with their very own quills. At the new insect zoo, bugs were scribbling haiku. The scorpion gave each a stinging review. Pretentious? Said the walking stick. Stinks, dung beetle. And the millipede says boring. What about the giant hissing cockroach? Redundant. As the cheetah's new novel began to take shape, he read chapters each night to the Barbary ape. And although the gazelle couldn't spell very well, like everyone else, she had stories to tell. Imagine the hippo's enormous surprise when her memoir was given the Zulitzer Prize. With so many new books, Molly knew what to do. She hired 12 beavers, a stork, and knew to build a branch library there at the zoo. Then the animals cried, "We can do it ourselves. We can check the books out. We can put them on the shelves." And they did, and they do up to this very day. 3 cheers for the zoo library. Everybody give it up. Woo! We love some books. When you visit the zoo now, you surely won't mind if the animals seem just a bit hard to find. They are snug in their niches, their nests and their nooks, going wild, simply wild, about wonderful books.